Beautiful people, I have not given up on my cassava exploits, and I can tell you for this particular one before you get to the end that it was so good. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sianoki. So after I peeled my cassava, I'm going to scrape the back nicely because it is cassava. The back can always go wrong. I'll just go ahead and get rid of the stem in between the cassava. However, for the recipe I'm about to do, if the cassava is not all white, it has this part of it, that is showing the way it is showing, you have to get rid of it. It will become very hard. If it is fufu, you can leave it and pound it away, but for this particular one, we need to get rid of it. So I'll do that, cut them into my desirable sizes, wash them nicely, and then bring it to a boil. To quicken the cooking process, I boiled some water in my kettle. You don't have to do this. And I'm going to add my turmeric and ginger powder. I've shared a recipe of that for that beautiful color and some flavor. I'll add salt, cover, and bring to a boil. While that is happening, I'm going to prep my filling. I have with me here some onions and some tuna flakes that I'm going to mix together. I'll also chop some carrots, and then I'll add that to it. Feel free to use any filling of your choice at this point as well. So I'll just go ahead, mix everything together, and then go back and check on our cassava. So all this color is from the turmeric and ginger that I added. Now, when you go in with your fork and it's breaking easily, it is a sign that it is cooked, and then we can just go ahead and continue with the cooking process. Now, at this point, you can use your earthenware bowl to mash this. I'm going to use a potato masher, and what I noticed was that the potato masher then mash it so smooth, but it still works. So I've been researching online. You guys, those who have been following me keenly, may have observed that I used cassava flour, which I made to make some cake, and it didn't go well at all. The taste was so terrible, and I was trying to find out, went online trying to find out why that was so. And then a suggestion was to boil your cassava first before using it. Um, so this is it. I decided to give it a try and see how it would come out. So I would advise, if you want it very smooth, as I said, use your earthenware bowl and your grinder or tapoli to grind it, okay, because this wasn't feeling smooth in my hand at all. But then, as I said, it works. So I'm adding some egg, about 2 tablespoons of starch. You can use cornstarch, cassava starch, you can even use flour to do it. And then I'll go ahead and mix this up nicely. If there's anything I felt I had missed from this recipe at this point, was to add a little bit of black pepper, okay. And as I said, I'm experimenting with you all. So if you want, you can add in some black pepper, you can grate some onion, some ginger, anything that you want to make it flavorful for you. Okay, so I'll just go ahead, use my hand to mash this nicely, making sure that everything that I just added mixes up, nicely. And then the turmeric powder is not compulsory. If you don't have it, you don't have to add it. If you don't like it, so you don't have to add it. From the research I made, it was even white. They didn't use turmeric powder or anything. I just added it to it to, give it a nice feel and a nice color. So I'll just go ahead and make a ball from the mix, the dough that I just did. I'll make a ball, and when I was pressing my hand on it, I noticed that it was sticking onto my hand. So I greased my hand a little in oil. I dipped my hand in oil, and that made it easy for me to flatten it. I'll just go ahead and then add in my filling, close it up, and then just use my hand to close it up. You can use a fork or anything, just like that meat pie feel. Yeah, that was it. So I went ahead and did all of it until I exhausted my feelings. I'm like, okay, let me just do some without feeling as well and see how that will go. So this is what we have here. The next thing is to, heat up my oil very hot, and then I'll drop them in. At this time, I was wondering how would it be like if I bake them. Well, it's something I would love to try. Yeah, it will be very, very interesting. I was also thinking you can do with some sweet potato. A lot of ideas running through my mind. So yes, I went ahead and I fried this until it was golden brown like this, and then drain as much oil as I can from this. This is deep fried, so you have oil around it. Place it on my paper towel, and as you can see, I've already started tasting it. It was so good, like, as compared to what I did with the flour, this was so good. It tasted well. I prefer the one with the filling as well as compared to the one without the filling. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you give this a try, especially for people who are not supposed to be on gluten. You may not want bread, but you can use this and use it for your tea, juice, or anything. I'll see you again in another video. Bye.